The year was 2157, and humanity had extended its reach into 12 different star systems, carving homes out of barren planets and building civilizations among the stars. Earth remained the heart of human culture and governance, the center of political power, history, and memory. Yet beyond the familiar orbits and thriving colonies, the void of space stretched dark and infinite, a place where no human had set foot, where even the bravest explorers often found only emptiness. Captain Jake Morrison, a veteran of deep space exploration, stood on the bridge of the Meridian, his eyes scanning the distant stars as the ship glided silently through the void. His crew had spent 3 months charting new systems, recording data, and searching for any sign of life beyond human borders. Months of monotony had become routine, until that day. It began with the signals. Lisa, the ship's communications officer, turned abruptly from her console, her face pale, her hands trembling slightly. The signals she had intercepted were unmistakably artificial, structured, deliberate, intelligent. No random stellar noise, no natural phenomenon could account for them. Someone, or something, was trying to speak. The implications hit Morrison immediately. Humanity was not alone. The entire bridge seemed to hold its breath as the reality settled over the crew. Centuries of searching, of imagining, of wondering had finally reached fruition. They had found intelligent life. Within hours, the news was relayed to Earth's command center. Admiral Lisa Carter, the highest-ranking military officer in human space, received the report and convened with President Kevin Hayes. The moment was unprecedented. Humanity could not predict what these new beings wanted, and any misstep could trigger catastrophe. Hayes issued careful, deliberate orders. Humanity would respond with caution and diplomacy, yet all military assets were placed on alert. Peaceful contact would be pursued, but preparation for conflict was non-negotiable. Dr. Helen Brooks, one of the leading xenobiologists, could barely contain her excitement. Her life had been devoted to studying the unknown, theorizing about alien life, and imagining first contact. Now it was happening. Her career, her research, her lifelong dedication culminated in this singular, extraordinary moment. Humanity was about to meet life beyond Earth. The aliens identified themselves as the Zephyrians. They requested a meeting aboard Unity Station, a neutral orbital platform positioned between human and Zephyrian territories. Admiral Carter positioned the fleet strategically, creating a protective perimeter around the station, while Captain Morrison piloted the Meridian to join the formation, ready to observe, to defend, to respond. Dr. Brooks boarded Carter's flagship, prepared to analyze, record, and learn. When the Zephyrian ships appeared, they were beyond imagination. Massive crystalline vessels drifted gracefully through the void, catching starlight and refracting it in shifting patterns that seemed almost alive. The aliens themselves were taller than humans, their bodies crystalline, constantly changing in color and intensity, reflecting thought and emotion in ways human biology could not comprehend. They had no faces, no mouths, yet their thoughts entered human minds directly. Telepathy. High Commander Vexile led the delegation, and when the Zephyrians spoke, humans understood every nuance without a single sound. The first exchanges were cautiously optimistic. Vexile and his delegation inquired about human culture, about our political structures, about what it meant to survive and thrive across multiple worlds. Humanity responded carefully. Diplomatic protocols were followed. Dr. Brooks observed, noting the alien behaviors, their subtle shifts in color and pattern, the way they seemed to communicate simultaneously with dozens of minds. The Zephyrians had observed humans for some time and expressed admiration for humanity's rapid expansion and adaptability. Offers of trade, cultural exchange, and knowledge sharing were made. Humanity celebrated cautiously, pride mingled with relief. First contact seemed to be a historic success. Then came the demonstration. High Commander Vexile requested a live broadcast to all human colonies, ostensibly to demonstrate peaceful intentions and foster understanding. At precisely noon Earth time, the broadcast began. Humans across all 12 star systems tuned in, anticipation crackling through the air. Vexil's crystalline form glowed magnificently as his thoughts streamed into human minds. "Greetings, humans. We observe you with respect." And then the image shifted. The scene changed to New Haven, one of humanity's most successful colonies where 7 million people lived in peace. Children ran through parks, families tended farms and workshops, cities buzzed with daily life. It was ordinary. It was beautiful. Then the sky darkened. Zephyrian ships descended, dark crystalline leviathans blotting out the sun. Energy beams tore through buildings, cutting through humans with lethal precision. Families, children, elders, all vanished in blinding flashes of light. New Haven's surface became a tableau of horror, broadcast to every human world. Dr. Brooks recoiled in shock. Admiral Carter's hands tightened around the console. President Hayes froze as he witnessed the annihilation of 7 million lives. The Zephyrians transmitted every moment, their amusement evident in the thoughts forced upon every human observer. They had turned murder into entertainment. Humanity did not submit. Within minutes, emergency protocols were activated across human space. Every world, every colony, mobilized. Recruitment centers overflowed. Factories shifted to weapon production. Training facilities worked day and night. Humanity's response was singular: total war. Every resource, every mind, every vessel, every scientist was dedicated to one objective: ensure no Zephyrian survived to threaten humanity again. Dr. Nathan Cross, a brilliant physicist whose family had perished on New Haven, designed weapons that targeted the very nature of the Zephyrians. Resonance cannons capable of shattering their crystalline bodies, sonic disruptors that tore through neural networks, quantum torpedoes that disintegrated crystal hulls, and biological agents that attacked telepathic networks. Cyber specialists created viruses to turn Zephyrian systems against themselves. Every vulnerability would be exploited. Captain Morrison oversaw the conversion of the Meridian into a warship bristling with Cross's ultimate devices. Admiral Carter assembled the largest fleet in human history, drawing ships from every colony. Civilian vessels were armed and armored. Merchant ships became troop carriers. Humanity's war effort was total, unified, unstoppable. The first offensive targeted the Alpha Centauri colony outpost. Zephyrian ships expected an easy conquest. Instead, they were annihilated. Resonance cannons shattered crystal hulls, sonic disruptors tore through crews, and cyber attacks turned their defenses inward. Humanity's first victory was swift, merciless, and complete. Intelligence gathered from captured Zephyrians revealed every known outpost, colony, and stronghold. Humanity's war expanded rapidly. Across multiple worlds, resonance generators cracked cities, sonic grenades hunted survivors, and biological agents ensured no Zephyrian escape. Ground troops advanced systematically, leaving nothing to chance. The aliens had no mercy, and humanity mirrored that precision. Even artificially grown civilians designed to manipulate empathy were eradicated. Humanity's vengeance was absolute. Months passed. Zephyrian fleets were obliterated, colonies burned, telepathic networks poisoned, and every attempt to flee was intercepted. No survivor was tolerated. The Empire of Crystal, once formidable and terrifying, crumbled under the relentless human assault. Finally, only the Zephyrian homeworld remained. Mars, the throne planet, gleamed across space, towers of light and crystal piercing the skies. High Commander Vexile and his last loyalists awaited the inevitable. Morrison, now Supreme Commander, led the final assault aboard the Retribution, armed with Cross's ultimate planetary resonance generator. The device would vibrate every crystal on the planet at lethal frequencies, leaving no Zephyrian alive. President Hayes addressed the galaxy one last time. They chose to show us their power by murdering our children. Today, we show them ours. Humanity does not forgive. Humanity does not forget. Humanity does not show mercy. The fleet advanced. Atmos trembled under the resonance waves. Crystal towers cracked and fell. Cities collapsed. and the last of the Zephyrians were hunted and destroyed. Vexiel's telepathic screams, captured for posterity, echoed the horror his species had inflicted on humanity. When the final life signs vanished, Morrison transmitted the message: the Zephyrian Empire is extinct. Justice for New Haven is complete. Across human space, celebration erupted. Memorials honored the 7 million lost. Humanity emerged as the dominant force in the galaxy, a species transformed by loss, grief, and an unyielding determination. From that day forward, every civilization in known space understood one truth: do not mistake human compassion for weakness. Those who harm humanity risk annihilation. Humanity remembers its own. Humanity never forgives.